Stephen McGann is remembering how, when he researched his family tree for the first time, he discovered he had what he calls slum blood. Ever since I was a teenager, I wanted to go back in time and find out where my ancestors came from in Ireland. My first question was, if they were poor and Irish, why did they come over here, to Liverpool? Why am I an immigrant? He remembers looking through a beautiful old parish record book at the age of 17 and reading that his great-great-aunt Teresa had died of marasmus as an 18-month-old infant in 1868 in a Liverpool slum. I thought, ooh, what does marasmus mean? Then I realized it was a posh name for starvation. The teenage McGann, who would grow up to play Dr. Turner and call the midwife, was immediately overcome with what he describes as a weird passion for genealogy. He solemnly promised his ancestors he would find out more about the history of the McGanns. Fast forward 37 years and we're discussing Flesh and Blood, the 300-odd page book that finally fulfills that solemn promise. In it, McGann, who at 54 is the youngest of the four McGann actor brothers, looks back at the history of his family through the lens of 7 maladies: hunger, pestilence, exposure, trauma, breathlessness, heart problems, and necrosis. He discusses how health and education, or lack of them, have driven medical progress and social change in Britain, and how these changes have dramatically altered the fortunes of the McGanns. My family's story is intimately related to the progress of this nation, because of the relationship between social history, public health and physical medical health. Until the welfare state, my family subsisted. After the welfare state, they thrived. I feel, in my family, the burden of the legacy of history very keenly. McGann, who has an MA in Science Communications, explains that genealogy is detective work. You see these wonderful antiquated Latin terms on death certificates and very quickly realize that to understand the cause of death, you have to understand those medical terms in their wider sense. The purpose of genealogy, to gain self-knowledge, to answer questions like who am I? Where do I come from? Has to expand to embrace what a particular medical term means in that time, in that place, right there.